Well, howdy there, guys. Welcome back to Stewie MTG as we open up the Dungeons & Dragons Adventure into the Forgotten Realms Commander deck, Aura of Courage, which has... Let's see if I can get her in the frame here. The Kindler of Hope. This is a Bant deck that I am going to be cannibalizing for my... Sisay Weatherlight Captain Enchantress deck, as well as my my other Bant Enchantress deck with Tuvasa. So this is going to serve kind of two purposes, to be mutilated for two decks, as I do, unless I really like the commander that's in it and decide to, remake one of the other decks as a replacement. Well, let's dig into this. If you guys have already seen my other reviews, my other ventures into the dungeon, you will know that I really enjoy the new deck boxes. The packaging has much to be desired, unfortunately. It's just kind of superfluous, especially since you don't get that as commander. I think it's rather junky to have a commander printed on a box that you couldn't give to a friend to use, unless you've got a clear way to be able to cut those out to be able to actually use them. We're going to be going through these like we did the other ones. I'll be reading some of the cards, especially some of the newer cards, and highlighting some of the reprints that you find in them. But first off, I grabbed the thick version of the commander here so you can read along with me. There we go. Got Galia, Kindler of Hope, a 4-mana 1 Bant for a 4/4 Elf Knight. Vigilance. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast an or an equipment spell from the top of your library. Whenever you cast an equipment spell this way, it gains when this equipment enters the battlefield. Attach it to target creature you control. This is going in my Tuvasa deck. The other commander that's contained in there is Storvald, Frost Giant Jarl. 4 Bant for a 7/7 Giant. Probably going in my Giant Tribal deck. Ward 3, other creatures you have Ward 3, you control. Whenever it enters battlefield or attacks, choose one or both. Target creature has base power and toughness 7/7. Target creature has base power and toughness 1/1, both until end of turn. Great combat trick. This is going in my Giant Tribal. You get a Evolving Wilds, Clay Golem, Ebony Fly, Sword of Hours, new card, 2-mana artifact equipment. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If it deals combat damage, roll d12. If the result is greater than the damage dealt, or the result is 12, double the number of +1/+1 counters. So this would be great for +1/+1 counters deck. That's kind of not my thing. We've got Angelic Gift, Griff's Boon, Valor's Stance, Brainstorm, Curse of Verbosity, Eel Umbra, Psychic Impetus, River Rise Augur, Serum Visions, Abundant Growth, Acidic Slime, Fertile Ground, Kenrith's Transformation, Nature's Lore. Glad to see another Nature's Lore reprint. Paradise Druid, Rancor, Utopia Scroll, Wild Growth, Bant Charm, Behemoth Sledge, Shielding Flax, Arcane Signet, Colossus Hammer, Explorer Scope, Fey Steed, Holy Avenger, 3-mana artifact equipment. A equipped creature has double strike. This is going in my Sir Gwyn deck. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, You may put an aura card from your hand onto the battlefield attached to it. Mantle of the Ancients. 3 and 2 white for enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. When it enters the battlefield, return any number of target aura or equipment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to an enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it. Tuvasa. Robe of Stars. 1 and a white for artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +0/+3. The ability is Astral Projection. 1 white, equipped creature phases out. It's got a equip cost of 1. Valiant Endeavor. Diviner's Portent. A great, if you want to roll dice and draw cards, that's kind of fun. Nethrees Puzzle Ward. That's going in my Sphinx Scry deck. Winged Boots, giving flying. Belt of Giant Strength. Might as well make it a giant. Song of Inspiration for those bard players out there. Another legendary creature, Catabree of Mithril Hall. A Selesnya, green-blue, for a 2/2 human archer. First strike reach. Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each equipment attached. 1, remove all +1/+1 counters. Deals X damage to target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of counters removed this way. Great for a counters deck. But I do not have one of those. Ride the Avalanche. Another Angel. Angel of Finality. Pure Steel Paladin. I already have one in my Sir Gwyn deck, so that's going to be going in either sale or for trade. Realm Cloaked Giant. SRAM. Artificer. Winds of Wrath. That I already have one of those in my Tuvasa deck. That's going to be going in Sisay. Imprisoned on the Moon. Glad they had another reprint of that. Great removal in blue. Prognostic Sphinx. Going to Sphinx Rival. Greater Good. Glad it got a reprint. Heroic Intervention. Also needed a reprint. Verdant Embrace. Saproling Tribal deck. Cold Eye Selkie. Fleece Mainline. Knight of Autumn. Got Argentum Armor. Basilisk Color. Masterwork of Ingenuity. I think I already have one in Sir Gwyn. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Moon Silver Spear. I think all my angel decks have those. We also have a Sword of the Animist. Great ramp, especially if you're in non-ramp colors, aka you're not in green. And some non-basic lands here. We got Canopy Vista. Love that they reprinted these because they have the land types. Exotic Orchard. Fortified Village. Lumbering Falls. Port Town. Prairie Stream. Sky Cloud Expanse. Sungrass Prairie. So glad they reprinted these. I've needed them for my decks. Soul Ring. Swiftfoot Boots. Viridian Longbow is going in my Tribal Pingers. Azorius Chancery. Vamp Panorama. Command Tower. Floodplain, yes, slow fetches. I love slow fetches. Grasslands. Halimar Depths. Mishra's Factory. Path of Ancestry. Hey, get in there. Seaside Citadel. Simic Growth Chamber. Terramorphic Expanse. Oh, I needed some. Even though I only got one, I am desperately low. I've got more Evolving Wilds than you can shake a stick at, but Terramorphic Expanse is few and far between. We've got Thriving Grove, Thriving Heath, and Thriving Isle. So glad they reprinted the Thriving series. And you've got Vitu-Ghazi. You got the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms basic lands. And let me make sure there's no dungeons on the back of some of these tokens. But you got a stack of tokens. Well, that has been the Galia Kindler of Hope deck, which I'm going to promptly cannibalize. Thanks for watching Stewing MTG. Let me know what you guys are going to be doing with these commander decks. Whether you're going to be building them as the commander themselves, or do what I do and cannibalize them. With that, this has been Sweet MTG, and I will catch you guys later.